took creatine monohydrate for 30 days, and here's exactly what happened. So first off, why did I decide to take creatine? Creatine, yes, is great for muscles. The main reason why I decided to take it is there's a lot of research that has shown that it does improve cognitive performance. So I want to see, can it help with my ADHD, help more with also with memory? It's also been known as a protectant, preventative measure for brain health. So that was kind of my main reason. And so the very first week I took the recommended dose, 5 grams a day, and it's a powdered form. And so I'd put it in water after my workouts, just like typically how you do take creatine. And that first week, I didn't notice anything when it came to focus or memory, nothing like that. I don't expect that within a first week, but I did definitely notice that when I was working out, I felt like I was a little bit more stronger. I definitely was more swole. That's typical with creatine because your muscles are retaining more water during those times. And so that was kind of my first week experience. The second week experience, I continued with still 5 grams a day, was consistent with that, would do my workouts, and I felt stronger for sure. I was definitely able to lift more and perform better. And so obviously that's pretty natural when you are working out more, but I do feel like creatine did play a little bit of role into that. But when it came to the focus part, I didn't really notice anything. Same with like also my memory, didn't really notice much of anything. And was kind of like my big reason of really was taking the creatine. Now, let me explain a little bit of the science that is out there for creatine. Creatine has been shown to help a lot with muscle strength and improvement and performance. But on the brain side, about 5% of the creatine that we consume, the brain actually utilizes. So there's definitely some mechanism and biochemical things that are going on that your brain can utilize the creatine. So this is where a lot of the research has shown that it does improve cognitive performance. It also has been proven to help with reducing on things like dementia, Alzheimer's disease as a preventative measure. So if you're older, it's something great to implement and supplement on a regular basis. Now, I'm only 37, so I'm not too concerned about this, but I always want to prevent from this happening down the road. You have some people in my family that have some issues with dementia. So definitely it's something that I want to kind of start doing right now, even though I don't have issues with dementia, but I have family history of it. So it's definitely something I want to be mindful about. But there's lots of different supplements that can help with focus and energy, and creatine might be one of them. I'll tell you more about that at the end of this video, my final thoughts on it. But if you really want to know like some of my best ones that I recommend to my patients and clients, then you should download my all-day energy and focus guide in the description below, where I talk about the different supplements, labs to implement, nutrients and foods to increase your focus and energy. And that is in the description below. Now, week 3, by the time it's week 3, this is when I tend to test increasing the dosages if I'm not seeing the benefits that I want. So I increased the intake to 5 grams a day to 10 grams a day. Now, obviously the strength, exercise, those things were improving. I was able to lift more, obviously seeing myself in the mirror, seeing that my muscles popping out more because it's retaining water with taking the creatine, especially increasing the dosages there. But as far as the memory and focus, like I saw probably just like a slight improvement, not a ton as far as when it came to focus and memory. And it was kind of really hard to say for sure. But I mean, 3 weeks into it, I don't think that's really enough, because what a lot of the research is showing that it's more so, I would say, preventative, and it's something that you need to do in a long-term use to start seeing the benefits of cognitive performance. Now, going into week 4 and beyond, I did start seeing some subtle more improvements in focus, but still not enough and long enough to really see the differences on that. Did it help with definitely the muscle and strength? Of course. I think that is definitely a given. It's why people use creatine. You do need to be careful about it because some people do too high of dosages. I started to lower down my dosage. I just wanted to see if doing 10 grams a day would be good. So I kind of lowered that back down to 5 grams a day, just because I thought it was enough for the muscle strength. Now, as far as the cognitive performance and focus, I saw some slight improvements there. But I think it's something that I won't definitely write off, because I think it needs to be long-term use, but also it's probably because I didn't necessarily really need it. There's other people, especially if you're older, I've seen benefits with my patients, people that are in their 50s, when they implement creatine, they do see a drastic improvement versus like someone that like me, that's below 50. I just don't see that there was a lot of benefits from there. But there is, like, there's definitely a lot of research on this. And so you should watch this video next, where I do talk about the science, the research around of how creatine does boost cognitive performance, the research around that. So watch this video next.